Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey Contino here, and currently the wind is blowing 29 miles per hour. This is going to be the fastest wind speed we're going to feel from Hurricane Erin here in North Wildwood. And at this very moment, massive waves are slamming into the North Wildwood beach, creating a little bit of erosion, but this is not the bulk of it. Tonight at 8 p.m., we're going to experience high tide here, which will create some flooding in North Wildwood and in Wildwood. And I figured right now, let's give you a quick little tour of how things are. We're gonna go from the beach to the boardwalk to the bays to give you guys what it looks like. I wanna give a special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can do videos like this. If you wanna support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. That being said, let's get started here at 10th Avenue in North Wildwood. As yes, some erosion already occurred and water is on the beach. Plus, we've got some massive waves. This video is sponsored by Brian Cover at State Farm, proudly serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and New York. With a dedicated team of 15 professionals, Brian is here to keep you protected.
Contact Brian Cover for an auto quote today.
At this moment, the beach is officially closed in the sense that you cannot bring a chair out here and sit down, though there are some people that are walking around the beach to check it out. But because of how we've now been dealing with this storm for a little while, you can see some of the erosion on the beach, in which the water is now all the way up to here. Now the tide is actually heading out as we're waiting for the tide to come in a few hours, and you can already see some of the damage, but it's really nothing as big as it is maybe North Wildwood's right at the very point. So to show you, you could see these pools of water that have now formed because the water was all the way up here at high tide earlier today. Looking down, you can see, that's right, our beach patrol is still out there, making sure no one is stupid enough to go into these waters, even though, man, some of these waves are very impressive. And I really wish there was a way to demonstrate how crazy this wind is and how crazy the waves are crashing into the ocean. But the best I could do is give you a pan and tell you that as I'm walking down the beach, I'm being pushed like crazy. We have some monster waves right now. And I'm trying my best to stand still to make sure that I don't get blown away. But look at those waves. Looking all the way down towards Surfside Pier, you can see the water is starting to creep up. All of this later on will be underwater. But we're preparing for that now. You can see the wind pushing the sand down the beach. And looking over here, you can see how the water is being pushed south. And the wind is really pushing hard south. You can see. You can see some people are trying to get on the beach to kind of take a view of everything. But in my book, I would say this is definitely not a beach day at all. The water is moving up. Actually, it just literally crashed into me behind me. But yeah, the water is now starting to move up the beach. And now I've got wet sneakers. So that's a fun one. But yes, we are expecting at high tide that this water will be hitting these dunes, causing some kind of erosion. You can already see some already happening in front of me. Just kind of walk down here just a little bit. You can see right here how the water came up, started cutting into this. We're expecting that by, well, 8 p.m. tonight, this is going to be all the way up to here. It's going to be a rough one. The wind is starting to really pick up as we're trying to stay put here. We're currently hitting 28 miles per hour with the wind. Let me flip the camera around for you so you can see it. Yeah, this is insane. The poor American flag is being ripped off of the flagpole. But yeah, we're seeing the wind pick up like crazy. The wind has increasingly picked up now, and I've only been out here for about an hour. It is increasingly getting worse. And so I think now is probably a good time to leave the beach and start moving over to a different location to share with you how things look. Because once again, this wind is absolutely insane to the point to where me, my 150 pounds, sometimes it's hard to walk with the wind. And as sand whipping in your face is not fun. The lifeguards actually just had to go tell someone to get out of the water, which was kind of ridiculous. I don't know why someone thinks that right now was a good time to get into the water. Anyway, so heading off the beach and over to the next location for filming, we'll head over to the point to show you what the waves look like down there. We now made our way over to 4th Avenue, in which right now the beaches are closed. The ramp's already been destroyed, so they actually put signs up saying that the beach access is temporarily closed because, well, there really is no other way onto the beach. And we expect that the water will be tonight hitting this and more than likely coming over onto the street here. That's just a matter of time as we get closer to high tide around 8 p.m. tonight. Now we're gonna make our way down here to where, yes, we've already seen some of the damage of the water smashing into our beaches. This is a giant cliff down at this moment. Like I said, we already have evidence of beach erosion over here. This was from last night's high tide. So we expected the water is going to be pushing at least over the edge here at 4th and 3rd. And even at low tide, this side barely has a beach at this moment. You can see the foam, yes, that's right. It's flying down the beach from this wind. Here at 4th, you can already see some beach erosion. And we expected high tide for this to go completely over the top. The wind is really heavy right now. And these waves are big. Some massive, massive waves. I can imagine that through tonight and tomorrow, this ramp and this ramp will both be completely gone. We'll continue our walk down as now the ocean spray is starting to swing up and hit us a little bit. Now down here, I'm not gonna lie to you, we always have erosion. This is never really truly surprising when this happens. But of course, it makes for the most impressive shots showcasing the waves slamming into the rocks and over onto the streets. So you'll see a lot of those videos and photos within the next 12 hours or so. We're officially on 3rd. We now find ourselves here right in the corner, and where, yeah, more than likely tonight with those massive waves, this water will be shooting over this wall and into the streets. This is usually what happens during these crazy storms. It is unfortunate, though, that it is happening right now. I don't think we're ever having a hurricane this early on in the season. So now it's kind of bad to have, especially in the last few weeks of what would be a very busy summer. And right now, I mean, you take a look at these waves, it's pretty nasty, pretty nasty. And just to clarify something, this is low tide. Okay, this looks like high tide, but this is low tide, and we're expecting, once again, high tide for the water to be up here. It's going to be really rough tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be really rough, but we'll get through this. We usually do. Here's a few more views for you guys. Looking down front, like I said before, this is low tide, and the beaches at front already up to the rocks. And the water, it's hitting hard. It is hitting very hard. A few more hours, this is going to be probably where I'm standing now. And I'm being pushed a lot. have really worsened up here to the point to where I think we're all getting off. It's getting a little too hard for us to even stand up here. People are truly being pushed back. Even the seagulls can barely fly. So let's get on land. We now find ourselves at the North Wildwood Marina, where I would say that we're pretty much at high tide levels at low tide. Because if you watched my kayaking video when we came down here just about a week ago, you would know that at that moment we were sitting roughly about, that time it was about 3 feet. We're already at 3 feet. And this is low tide. In that video, it was high tide. So if we're expecting crazy, and I mean we are expecting some crazy flooding, more than likely the water is going to be up to here, going across, which we usually see on like supermoons and things like that, but not with wind gusts up to 28 miles per hour and the pressure from a hurricane. So right now isn't too much to share with you, except for the fact that, yeah, we are at high tide levels at low tide, which is typically not an indication of something good happening when we're expected to have high tide in several hours from now. The wind is as equally strong back here, which you can kind of see the way the wind is pushing on the water in the back bay, which is typically still. It's pushing quite hard. And there's asking, there's no one on their boats right now. Actually, I don't think anyone's even taking their boats out of the water at this point. I think it's too late, but it is a beautiful view. Here we are looking just down the canal. And just to give you an idea, usually at low tide, this is exposed. I mean, not right here, but I would say up to at least this point right here. So, and the wind is picking up. And there is no signs of flooding yet on the streets, mostly because this would be like a normal high tide. That flooding probably won't start for a couple more hours down here, in which we do have reporters out and about getting ready to be up for us tonight at 9 to cover all of that. Now it's on to the main question of how are things up on the boardwalk? And well, we're going up now. And I will tell you that things in the boardwalk are opening as usual. The only things not really open right now are the water parks, as Ocean Oasis and Raging Waters announced around noon that they would not be opening. And Splash Zone is not opening, but the rides are going, the arcades are open. Today is what you call the perfect boardwalk day. It is not hot, so you can walk outside. Maybe a little sweater is needed, but yeah, things are open. People are up here because they're not on the beach or the water parks, and people are having a good time. This is looking down the boardwalk, or technically up because this is going north. And you can see, yeah, it's pretty busy. This is looking south down the boardwalk, and yeah, it is packed. A lot of folks up here. There's really no kind of way to get onto the beach or the water park. So yeah, today makes for the perfect boardwalk day, and we'll look the other way as well again. It's busy up here, very busy. And yeah, the rides are open. I figure we'll go on to Maury's Manor's Pier to share with you how things look and go to the very back of the pier as well. So you can see there's the front of the pier. To block some of the wind, they've got some of the blinders down.
You got it over here? Got it?
We're gonna head on to the pier real quick. Where, yeah, it's pretty busy, man. It's currently 3 p.m. So there's a lot of folks up here for 3 p.m. And at this moment, it looks like all 3 piers are open. We saw the G&E running earlier, the Great Nor'easter. And looking over towards Adventure Pier, it looks like the extreme rides are not open. See the skyscraper kind of held on its side. But yeah, here on Mariners Pier, things are happening as usual. A lot of people not getting sunburnt. I'm pretty sure they're happy about that. It's actually just a little breezy over here. Not too crazy windy. Hi, how are you? So we're gonna make our way back past the giant wheel. Honestly, it's almost as though nothing's happening. You know, it's kind of strange to see, but I mean, when we get closer there, it's getting a little windier. But the water park not being open this time is weird. Here comes the coaster. Wait for it, wait for it. Here is the giant wheel. Bet you it's windy up there. And the wind is picking up very little as we're making our way back. And like I mentioned before, the water parks are closed. They've been closed for a couple hours now. But as soon as we get past this building, the ticket booth, it's gonna be a little windy. What's crazy to think about is that these water parks only have a couple more weeks left. So in a few more weeks, we'll be looking and walking by here saying, oh wow, they're closed for the season. And I haven't even gotten here yet. So busy. Pig Dog and the Soggy Dollar down the other way, or Stubborn Brothers, sorry, are closed. They did not open, so I don't know how far down we can get to the beach. So first, let's go over here. They may have the exit down here completely shut down, which it looks like they do. But you can already see the flooding on the beach from high tide earlier. I do need to add, it really is strange to see the water parks closed this time of year. Really is strange. I figure we'll quickly get off the Mariners Pier and share with you how the rest of the boardwalk looks. I mean, it's busy for this time of day, and there's really no line for the rides if you've noticed. But it is a great day to get your steps in. Gotta get my 6 miles in today, right? Here comes the tram cars. They're running as scheduled. And the shops are busy. Whew. I'll share with you guys what the beaches look like because yeah, they're definitely underwater a bit. Probably can see it from this video. Look at that, man. Whew. And this is just from yesterday. Today's high tide is gonna be a lot worse. Here you can see all that sitting water. It's gonna take a couple days for these pools to go away, especially because tomorrow we'll have more water out here. And you can see that, man, poor Pig Dog over there. The water's already came up. Looks like they removed a lot of things, including, you can see even sitting here. Sorry, the wind's blowing me, but they had to move off so at least some of those cabanas, beach cabanas. And to show with you how things look at the beach, again, it's been about 2 hours since I started this video. So it was around like 1, now we're at 3-ish. We're gonna walk over towards the water and show with you the preparations for said storm. Because they have to move all the sheds back, they have to remove all of the lifeguard chairs. You know, it being a Thursday, they already were gonna get things ready for the fireworks, but they obviously had to stop that. And then when it comes to beach bars, they had to get those things removed off of their places because yeah, those have been ripped off and like thrown in the ocean right away. All of this stuff here is part of Pig Dog. All the planks, the planters, the picnic tables, the bathrooms. You see they removed all this knowing that the ocean would swing this stuff all the way out. We've got beach cabanas. These are the new ones they built up for this year. These were pushed all the way back here. There's 3 of them. And then we got the even bigger ones, like this one in front of us, that was also pushed back. And here's that sea of water. Definitely a scene that you really haven't seen much, which is a lot of water on the beach. It's a lot of water too. Coming up over to Pig Dog, you can see that everything has been removed off the beach, with the exception of anything that's been piled down into the sand. All the chairs are moved up, the stage moved. Looking to our left, anything that can be pushed back has been pushed back. And the water's already starting to come in, as you can see. Not many places the water can go. And this would typically be the entrance over to Pig Dog, but as you can tell, not really much at this time. You can see they disconnected things quickly. At the Wildwood Beach Patrol over here, making sure that no one goes into the water. But yes, there are a lot of families out here just kind of exploring a little bit. We have seen some people who decided to kind of camp out a little bit, like these folks over here or these folks down that way. But ideally, not a good time to be on the beach. That is our mini tour of today. You saw the beach, you saw the bay, and you saw the boardwalk. Conditions on the beach are now starting to get a little bit worse. Since we started this video, winds were at 28, 29 miles per hour. Opening up the app now, it's about 36. So yes, the wind is increasing, and now the water is starting to rise. You know, we're talking about it being 3:30, so over the next 3 hours, we're going to see a major increase. I'm going to be on top of this, as we do have reporters throughout the entire island, and we've got awesome folks like you that keep on sending us photos and videos from many different areas. So if you are doing that, I'm extremely grateful. Anytime you send us stuff, I do like to credit you guys. That's why every day, it's funny, you guys send me so many sunrise videos that I don't even have to go out anymore. You guys just send them to me and I upload them. So thank you so much, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And a special thank you once again out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them that I can literally drop everything and go film. Like, I flew in this morning at 9. I was back down here from Philly by noon, and I started filming. So if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff on this channel. So if you want to support this channel and have your name at the end of the videos, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. That being said, I'll see you guys on the beach. Maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow will be a lot better. See you later. Bye.
Always a winner and always a prize. That's right, guys. Who's up? Who's next? Who's ready? We've got a winner every game. We've got a prize every single time. Always a winner and always a prize. That's right, guys. Who's up? Who's next? Who's ready to play? Who's going to be our next?